very different kind of start to a vlog. I'm in my partner's car, which is still full of my junk. Not junk, it's just like, I'm in a weird place of limbo right now because I'm staying at my partner's place for 2 weeks while I wait to move into the new place that's longer term. So I kind of have a bunch of my stuff here and I haven't brought it up into my partner's house yet because I'm like, well, maybe I'll be able to move it into the other house earlier. So it's just been all over the place. I feel all sorts of weird today. I think it's because it's like kind of sinking in that I no longer live in my old place. Because I'm freelancing, I didn't really take any time off work for the move, and I figured I would just like work around the move. So everything kind of happened in a very rushed way. Like all of last week I was slowly doing little bits here and there to move, and then when Friday and Saturday hit, I was pretty much moving everything. So now that I am like fully moved out, I feel like I was doing it in little bits and pieces and then all of a sudden all at once, and it just feels weird now because I feel like I'm in a state of limbo because I'm not actually in my permanent place. We're just trying to roll with the punches. I worked from home yesterday and it went really well, but today I decided I just needed to get out of the house for at least a couple hours and just change up the energy. So I've driven out to a cafe that I used to come to when I lived in this area, and they make incredible breakfast sandwiches. I'm gonna get a sandwich, I'm gonna get a matcha. They make wonderful matcha lattes with like super cute latte art on them. I'll try to show you. So this morning I'm working on an author website for a client, and I'm also going to do a little bit of kind of just admin stuff, organizing myself, but specifically when it comes to my creative endeavors. That's the goal. I'm gonna get in there and hopefully get some work done, and I feel like I don't even know what kind of vlog this is gonna be. One thing that I do want to do during this vlog is make some goals for May and kind of just go over some updated goals. Since it's the beginning of a month, it's also the beginning of obviously a change in my life since I'm moving and things are kind of shifting. So I kind of just want to like reground and reestablish what my goals are, maybe change some goals, change some timelines, adjust things because life is ever changing. Let's get in there. I'm hungry. I also have a meeting in like an hour and a half, so I gotta get started. I read for hours today in a cafe. It was fantastic. I got halfway through the manuscript. The goal is to get the rest of the way through by tomorrow because I have even more time tomorrow. I had to finish some work today, so I feel like it'll be very easy for me to get through the rest of it tomorrow. I also managed to get through a bunch of stuff that I needed to organize. Like I've been needing to organize my desktop and just all the files on my computer and my emails, and like everything's been a mess. Feeling really good about where I got to today. I also have been very active this week, which is actually one of my goals for May. I have a bunch of goals for May that are kind of just like, I think some of them will turn into long-term goals, but I'm kind of seeing them as May goals to start because that seems less intimidating than setting long-term goals. But one of those is to kind of have more movement in my life and also more like outdoor time. So I've been spending a lot more time outdoors, going for runs, going to the gym. I've finally set up like an actual gym routine that includes functional strength training as well as like training that's going to help with my aerial hoop and like circus-y aerial fitness art kind of stuff. And I feel like those goals, like not only do they contribute just to like my overall well-being, but they also help with my creativity. Like I find that when I'm moving more often and when my body feels healthy, my focus is better, I sleep better, I just feel better in general. So that's something that I'm really prioritizing this month and trying to like get back on track. I also want to finish Lyra level 2 where I'm training. So Lyra is aerial hoop. That's what I've been training. I've put videos up on my YouTube channel of it before, or like little clips in vlogs. I'm only missing one class from level 2 in order to technically finish that level. So there are 2 opportunities for me to get that class coming up. So I want to be able to get that class. And I've also started handstand training again. I'm trying to incorporate more in my exercise routine for handstand training and love like learning new skills. And especially when it comes to handstands, it's just something that I kind of want to conquer, I guess. So another one of my fitness goals is to hold a 5-second handstand at some point throughout May. I want to be able to hold a 5-second handstand before the end of the month. So yeah, I will probably update you tomorrow. We'll see how far I get in the manuscript, and I'm going to talk about some more May goals. I have some writing goals coming up as well as some like poetry goals. So I will check in with you tomorrow. I feel like you're all getting exclusively car updates lately. I just went to a cafe. It is currently Sunday. I spent a few hours at the cafe, kind of just getting through the reading and also catching up on replying to clients. Something weird happened to my email. I feel like I've been like trying to tag my emails with different inboxes, I guess, to keep them organized. And a bunch of them got grouped together, and when people replied to them, they only went to the tagged inbox. They didn't come to my actual inbox. Weird things. I don't understand how emails work apparently. But I was basically just sitting down and getting through a bunch of those because there were like 3 or 4 people that I hadn't gotten back to. So I was catching up on that. I feel really good about that. And then I also finished the read through of draft 2 of Between the Waves. That draft is a lot rougher than the very first draft with the different storyline, like the one that I wrote for NaNoWriMo in 2021. They're both very different, but I feel like I honestly like reading through both of them and making notes and kind of doing the scene analysis for all of the scenes in all of them was a really good way to do it, because I feel very, very good about that now. And ideas were popping up as I was reading it, and I think I have a good idea of where it's going, which means that this week we're on schedule. We're back on schedule for prepping for draft 3. So this week is going to be dedicated to creating a revision plan for draft 3. So I basically need to go through, take all of those scenes, decide what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of, and then put them together into a new draft, and then kind of like fill in the holes and get rid of bits and pieces that aren't necessary, that I don't need anymore. So once I have that plan made, I will be able to jump into draft 3 and actually put it all together. I also thought I would mention the writing specific goals that I have for May. So those include getting started on draft 3 of Between the Waves, which based on my timeline, I'm supposed to get that done anyways. So it's not really much of a stretch goal, but also based on my track record and how busy life has been lately, there's always the chance that something will happen and I won't get to the point that I'm hoping to get to. So I figured I would make it like an official goal to get started in writing draft 3 before the end of the month. So that is the Between the Waves specific goal. And then I also have a goal for the project that is going to be a standalone high fantasy. I haven't spoken about it too much, but it's one that I want to have finished by next year. In May, I just want to plot it. Just a very basic plot, doesn't need to be anything fancy or complicated. I'm calling it Project Geo. I might change what I'm calling it, but for now it's just Project Geo. I want to have some plotting documents done and kind of the main characters figured out by the end of the month, so that at some point throughout the summer I can actually dive in and start to draft that one. And then the third writing goal for May is that I want to have the rough drafts done of all of my poetry collection. I have a lot of them done. I've mentioned this before, and it doesn't take nearly as long for me to write poetry as it does for me to write an entire full-length novel. But I need to have the rough drafts done so that I know what I'm working with, and so that I know if I'm like missing anything for the flow of the collection, or if there's anything I want to remove or add or anything like that. So as long as I have the rough drafts done by the end of the month, then I feel like I'm in a really, really good place to start organizing the collection and kind of getting it ready for publication. I also have some other goals that I'm not sure if I'll talk about in another video, because they're more so like year-long goals that I've decided I want to include. But for now, those are basically all the goals that I have for May. I don't know if I'll add any more. I'm feeling good about the ones I have. I'm feeling like they're achievable. And I'll feel accomplished when I actually achieve them. So I'm going to sign off the vlog here, I think, because I'm going to start another vlog tomorrow. So I hope that you enjoyed this very like informal iPhone vlog, and you've seen the chaos in my life right now. Everything's all over the place. I'm living out of boxes and suitcases, but we're still doing the things, and that's what matters. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about some of the goals and some of the plans and things that I want to achieve during the month, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing me absolutely blast through the read-through of the second draft. I'm really glad that's done. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want more from me. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.